Do you get your car fixed? Yesterday I got my car fixed. That's why I couldn't come on stream. Uncle Brian took 7, 8 hours to fix my car because Uncle Brian had to do 1,000 things in one day. He couldn't just fix my car. He had to go here. He had to go here. He got to do this. He got to do that.
I mean, that would drive me nuts. And I know that's not a big one or anything, but that's just one that I came across randomly in this stream while I'm clicking through. He does this sort of stuff all the time, where he badmouths his family and talks crap about him. It's like, yeah, I wonder why all these people aren't chomping at the bit to be in your life more. I wonder why you don't have better relationships with these people when all regularly you're talking crap about them on your live stream. Just publicly to anybody, not even as if he's venting to a friend or another family member, just publicly to anybody who clicks on the stream.
I do comedy. I do stand up occasionally. I haven't done it in a while. I still do my YouTube. Praise the Lord. Been doing it 19 years.
When he said 19 years to his long lost sister here, I lost it. He can't help himself. This is the first time he's seen this person in years, his own family member, and he still feels the need to tell them about the 19 years. It's unbelievable. It's such a badge of honor to him that he can't stop himself from bringing it up every stream, and apparently every conversation he has, he feels the need to bring it up. It's like you haven't talked to this person in years, and you still feel the need to fit in the 19 years to this conversation. Got some good old-fashioned classic Dcigs style content today. It's been a while. I've been meaning to do a segment from this stream for quite a while because he called it "Someone Stole $600. I'm gonna be homeless for New Year's. Let's drink." I thought, oh, that sounds potentially embarrassing and entertaining. Wonder what that's all about. And I kind of forgot about it. But I clipped that segment up, and I'll probably do that sometimes next week. If you guys run the likes up on this, I'll do it within a week. But I'll do it either way, but I'll do it sooner if you guys hit me with some likes. And he does that, explains why he lost the $600. But later on, I'm skipping around in the stream, and I see he has up a video of what appears to be some random black lady. I thought, what's going on with this? So I rewind to the beginning before he's playing the video. And apparently, this is a long lost sister of his. It's been 16 years or so since he's seen this person. And in the moment, when he's filming the video, which of course he filmed this interaction, he's very excited. You could tell he's very happy to be seeing this person, which makes sense. You haven't seen him in forever. You'd be excited to see him. But then he says he reanalyzed the video before sharing it with us again and really brought the mood down because this person that he's talking to, his sister, is not sharing in the excitement at all. And I got a big kick out of that. Dcigs has a lot of terrible relationships with his family, and personally, I think you just shouldn't share that kind of stuff. I don't know why you would need to put that on a live stream to anybody who clicks on the video, but he thinks anybody who clicks on his channel should have access to this sort of information, and I'm happy to partake and poke a little bit of fun at that. Before get into that, I just got maybe 5 minutes or so of Dcigs doing the classic Dcigs act of begging and whining and getting mad at the trolls, that sort of thing. But a couple minutes of that, and then get into the family dynamics.
You'll always be my favorite e-beggar. Bro, do you think I give a fuck if you call me an e-beggar? Do you think I give a fuck what you think an e-beggar is, bro? If I was an e-beggar like you think, right? I'll be out tap dancing to get donations, wouldn't I? I'll be on here all night, every night, trying to play games like other people to make money. I'll be on all night, every night, trying to do reactions to make money. I'll be on all night, every night, trying to do what other live streamers does that makes money. But what do I?
So it's not e-begging because he doesn't do reactions or play video games. That's what separates him from Wings of Redemption, is that he doesn't play video games. He doesn't do reacts. So that makes him above begging, somehow. Because you'll notice, a bum in the streets, they don't really play video games or do reaction videos, but we call them beggars anyway. For some reason, though, when you don't do any of that and you do it online, you're not a beggar anymore. Which I would say doesn't matter. You can do any three of those things and still be a beggar. But Dcigs has to create these own rules for himself so that, at least in his own mind, he can live thinking that he's not an e-beggar.
I do genuine work. I talk to people. I have interactions. I do things that other people do not do on live stream. And that's why I see what I do as a job. You see it as e-begging. And like you said, when I said that I don't believe you about your job, you don't believe me about my job, right?
I think it can be begging and be a job. That's fine. You can call e-begging a job. I'm okay with that.
So we agree to disagree. But you know what the difference is, AH? When I block you in a moment, no one will ever speak to you on a live stream ever again. You can distribute your dick in your mama asshole, and still no one will ever speak to you again. But when I block you, guess what happens? You are a figment of my imagination after I block you. You disappear. I'll never respond to you again. I'll never talk to you again. And I'll never give a fuck about what you say.
That's a lot of power, Dcigs. That's impressive.
That's the difference between what you do and I do. They can replace you. You cannot replace me. That's the difference.
I mean, I gotta give it to him. That goes kind of hard.
Motherfuckers always trying to tell me what they think I need to be doing. Nigga, shut the fuck up, or donate, or get the fuck off. Which one you want to do?
So I mentioned Wings of Redemption earlier. That right there, I'll replay it first. But this really reminded me of a Wings of Redemption line.
Difference. Motherfuckers always trying to tell me what they think I need to be doing. Nigga, shut the fuck up, or donate, or get the fuck off. Which one you want to do?
Shut up, donate, or get off. And here's Wings of Redemption.
Mr. Yellow Dick Swagger, shut the fuck up. Either subscribe, donate, or get the fuck out.
I mean, it's almost 1-to-1. I think he even said them in the same order. But he's not an e-beggar.
I'm not changing what the fuck I do, and no one else do what the fuck I do after 19 years, nigga. You don't.
19 years. 19 years, guys. It's very impressive. No matter how pathetic what you've been doing is, if you've done it for 19 years, you got to bring up 19 years every 5 minutes.
Have validity for what I do. I have validity for what I do. That's the difference between you and me. You ain't me. You ain't lived my life. You ain't talked to people as much as I have. You ain't did what I did for 19 years. You ain't had a roof collapse on your motherfucking head. You lived your fucking life.
Sure, Dcigs. Yeah, most people haven't had a roof collapse on their head, but everybody goes through stuff, right? Some people less so than others. But Dcigs really wants you to think he's the most unfortunate person in the world, just about, Maybe there's a couple people. I think I have a clip here where he lists some of the very few people who are below him in terms of unfortunateness. But he thinks he's had it so much harder than everybody else.
But your parents sucking your asshole and paying your motherfucking bills and helping your motherfucking ass out living life. I ain't got no motherfucking parents. I gotta come on live stream and be fucking entertaining and hope a motherfucker donate $5, or I'm out on the goddamn street. I ain't got no goddamn father that's gonna pay for some shit. I ain't got no motherfucking mother that's gonna suck my asshole clean. And I can live with their ass for the rest of my days, nigga. I ain't got no goddamn grandparents I can do that with. I ain't got no sisters and brothers I can do that with and mooch off their ass. Nigga, I gotta be entertaining on live stream with my mouth only. Nigga, I ain't got no games on this bitch. I've played games, but I don't do that solely. I don't got no motherfucking reactions on this bitch. I do reactions, but I don't do that solely. And I gotta pray a motherfucker donate enough $5 so my ass won't be on the street every motherfucking month. If that ain't a skill, I don't know what the fuck is a skill. Because if I just stay.
So he's basically saying scraping by is a skill, right? You would think if you were so good at this, you would be able to make a little bit more money each month than your expenses were, and you could save up, and you wouldn't be on the brink of homelessness all the time. If you were so skilled, you'd think you'd be able to do that.
On live stream for 7 hours straight to say donate, and don't talk to nobody or interact with nobody. You think I'll be able to motherfucking survive month to month, bitch? You think I'm gonna be able to get enough money to get food in this bitch? You think I'm gonna be able to get enough money to pay rent in this bitch, to pay lights in this bitch, to pay car insurance in this bitch, to pay electrics in this bitch, to pay cell phone in this bitch? If all I did on live stream for 5, 6, 7, 8 hours is donate.
It is crazy how badly the trolls get in his head. People say all he does is beg for money on his stream. And he feels the need to fight back against this constantly. Right? If you weren't doing that, you wouldn't feel the need to fight back against that all the time. Right? And when I debated Dcigs, I said it's not all you do. It's just too much of your stream. And when we were debating, he said that he thinks about 35% of his stream is asking for money, and he was fine with that number. He thought that was a reasonable amount of time to be spending begging for money on your stream. All right. Obviously, it's not literally just him 100% of the time saying, donate, donate, donate. But by his own admission, it's at least 35% of the stream. And he thinks that's a good number.
Donate, donate.
So obviously, to me, that implies that on a bad day, it's north of 35%. Wouldn't be that crazy that 35 becomes 45% on an off day. And then you got streams just about half begging.
Hey, you think a motherfucker gonna donate something? You think a motherfucker gonna give a fuck? I better be some type of goddamn entertaining. I better motherfucking be entertaining, or guess what? I'm gonna be out on the motherfucking street.
Well, I will say, Dcigs definitely can be entertaining. That's why I make segments out of these. There are some people who get genuine entertainment out of him, but I get entertainment in a way that he doesn't intend from these streams. But either way, he does provide some level of entertainment.
Period. So if that ain't a skill, I don't know what the fuck is. Considering I ain't got video games on this bitch, and I don't got fucking reactions on this bitch. Okay? The dumbass niggas don't listen. Op-ass questions, Steph. Do you get your car fixed? Yesterday I got my car fixed. That's why I couldn't come on stream. Uncle Brian took 7-8 hours to fix my car. Because Uncle Brian...
So his car broke down. He had some sort of car troubles. And Uncle Brian was nice enough to help him out. But now here he is on stream, complaining about how it took too long. Even though it was all in one day. It's not as if he didn't have the ability to drive for multiple days. He brought it over to Uncle Brian's, or Uncle Brian came over, whatever it was. And it seems like Uncle Brian helped for free. He didn't charge Dcigs anything. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but I would think Dcigs would bring it up more if he was paying money. And even if he did, I'm sure he gave him a deal. He's not charging him full price. Maybe just for parts or something. I don't know what it was. But at the very least, I'm assuming Dcigs did not pay full retail price for this mechanic work. And he's on his stream complaining, oh, it took 7-8 hours to fix my car. Because he had to do other stuff in the day. He had to run errands and stuff. What a bum, huh? What the heck, Uncle Brian? So you're saying, well, you're helping people out, you also have your own life to live? That's disgusting.
Op-ass questions, Steph. Do you get your car fixed? Yesterday I got my car fixed. That's why I couldn't come on stream. Uncle Brian took 7-8 hours to fix my car. Because Uncle Brian had to do 1,000 things in one day. He couldn't just fix my car. He had to go here. He had to go here. He got to do this. He got to do that.
I mean, that would drive me nuts. And I know that's not a big one or anything, but that's just one that I came across randomly in the stream while I'm clicking through. He does this sort of stuff all the time, where he badmouths his family and talks crap about him. It's like, yeah, I wonder why all these people aren't chomping at the bit to be in your life more. I wonder why you don't have better relationships with these people when regularly you're talking crap about them on your live stream. Just publicly to anybody, not even as if he's venting to a friend or another family member, just publicly to anybody who clicks on the stream.
I don't give a fuck. You see, this was not understand. I don't give a fuck if you mean well or not, nigga. I mean well. You're annoying me. Like, okay, you mean well. Good, thank you. In one ear, out the fucking other, nigga. I'm not changing what I did after 19 years. What don't you understand? I'm not changing shit. If I go homeless, oh well, I will cry about it and be sad. Oh well, I'm not changing shit.
I mean, I feel like that speaks for itself. What an absurdly terrible attitude. I'm not going to make any adjustments. I'm not going to move with the times, experiment with the format or what I do at all. I would rather go homeless than change what I do at all. I'm just gonna get drunk on stream every night, spend at least 35% of the time begging, and keep going off of that.
At all. Wait, nigga. If genuinity and entertainment does not matter, I don't give a fuck about being here. I don't give a fuck about being here, nigga. That's the point you don't understand, nigga. You like being here like this. I'm not gonna be here like this. I already go through more shit than 99% of the population, except people that's going through mental illness, retardation, slowness, handicapness, mutilization, except
There's basically mentally ill, disabled, and handicapped people. Those are the only people who have it worse than Dcigs. He has it worse than 99% of the human population. It's just, and people, I don't know if I included in this, but there's a chatter that said he should be a motivational speaker. Really? This guy? The guy who complains every single night on live stream and says he has it worse than 99% of people? I don't find that terribly motivating. That's more pitiful.
all those people, nigga, my life is trash. Homelessness.
I mean, maybe it's supposed to be like the reason people watch Caleb Hammer, where they watch these people who have no idea how to make a basic budget. They don't seem to understand that you're supposed to make more money than you spend. They're buying fast food on Klarna or Afterpay, Coachella on Afterpay or Klarna, and people in the comments are like, "Oh, you know what? I watch this, I feel better about myself, and I think maybe I shouldn't get DoorDash today." Is that the motivation people are supposed to get out of Dcigs? Otherwise, I don't know where the motivation's coming from.
You got like
And he was eating sunflower seeds throughout the whole thing. I cut most of it out, but I just want to give you a sample of what he's doing. I don't know how people can do this. How do you sit there and just listen to somebody chewing into the mic? I have multiple streams where he's eating corn nuts on the mic. It's comical how loud the crunching into the mic is. But the same 70, 80 people keep showing up.
I want to stay here, nigga. Only reason I'm here is to say,
And then you get to see him spitting multiple times throughout the stream. Delicious.
save the world. With my type of entertainment. That's why.
It's just gross. I don't know how you can watch that unless you're trying to make a segment for your YouTube channel out of it. It's too gross. Listen to somebody not only chew their food, but then also spit it out. Nasty.
I want for me. Do you think I give a fuck if you agree with the shit? Like, of course you're not gonna agree with the shit. You suck your daddy dick and your mama pussy. You gonna do what the fuck they tell you to do, nigga. I don't give a fuck what you think. I don't. Shit. Y'all dumb niggas don't want to work. He just wants that paycheck. Still trying to help his punk ass. You think it's helping me? Telling me I should be a construction worker is helping me? You funny.
Some of it is the bag. It's not all mouth noises there, but it's so nasty. It is so nasty to listen to.
I want to work. But nobody talk to your fat nosed ass, Rhino. Go talk to another live streamer and see if they respond to your bitchy ass. While you go and chat and complain like a fucking female every goddamn night and run your goddamn dick sucking mouth. See if a YouTuber gonna respond to your ass and see how fast they gonna block your ass, Rhino.
This is another pretty run-of-the-mill thing that he thinks he's so special for. You respond to chatters? Most live streamers respond to their chatters. I only watch like Chud Logic, Queeman, and maybe J-Stock from time to time. And Chud Logic will respond to the chats all the time. It's like a meme that he gets one guide by people in chat as he responds to them. Then Queeman and J-Stock, they will both read comments, and if they disagree with you, they'll tell you, get in the voice chat on my Discord and hop on stream. Sometimes it will be, okay, that comment bothered me so much, you have to jump in voice chat on Discord, or I'm timing you out or banning you. All streamers, just about, I won't say all, but most streamers interact with their chat. You have a better chance with Dcigs because most of the time he has less than 100 viewers. But other similarly sized streams in terms of concurrent viewers, you get fairly similar chat interaction. I'll give Dcigs, yeah, sure, probably a little bit more with him, but that's because he doesn't have any other content besides him talking there. He doesn't have video games going on or a reaction, a video to react to. So yeah, he responds to the chat a little bit more than some of the other streamers, but it's not something to write home about.
Right, Scooby Doo? No, I don't want to work. Motherfuckers is funny to me. Literally, if I block 90% of y'all, nobody will ever talk to y'all online again, nigga. This ain't no work. Like, nigga, what the fuck? What the fuck is this then? What is it? All right, you know what? All right. Watch this.
Just watch this, and then spits on some sunflower seeds. Wow, riveting. Oh, and this was pretty gross. He was reenacting how he jerks it. This is how he gets his rocks off in the privacy of his own home.
Oh, yeah. Nigga eyes roll back in his head and shit.
So this was supposed to be, well, taking a dump. He jacks it while he's taking a dump. And that's what the farting noises were there. Very sick, twisted mind that this Dcigs character has.
Oh.
And just so Dcigs can't say that I'm lying. All right, I think he was talking about Rhino there, all right? That's not actually how he does it. He was talking about Rhino.
You said she was okay. I reviewed the tape and analyzed the tape, sir.
All right. So now we got to the part with his sister. And somebody asked, you said she's okay? He's like, well, yeah, okay, but reanalyze the tape and I don't know. It's not so good.
I don't know if look, just because she's alive don't mean she's okay, nigga. I'm glad she's okay because she's alive and she's not dead or on drugs, okay? But I think she still lives with stepfather. I think he controls her life. I think she don't even have a cell phone, bro. Her haircut is like an African person haircut.
So again, this is how he's publicly talking about family. Wow, crazy that this person wouldn't want to be spending a bunch of time with you and have you in their life. When you're saying, yeah, I think she has her life ruled by another person, and she had an African haircut. Okay, I don't know. I'd prefer my family not to comment about me on their live stream. Really,
She may have Stockholm Syndrome. I don't fucking know. It seemed like she was lying to me, that she wasn't happy that she saw me after 16 years. It seems like she's been brainwashed against the family like my mother was brainwashed against the family.
oh, and she's brainwashed too. That's nice.
This coming after watching the tape multiple times. Speaking of which, let's watch it again.
So this is strange to me because I was thinking about it earlier. I was like, wait, so does he have some sort of body cam or have a camera on his hat or something? But no, here he's pointing it out himself. So he must have just taken his phone out and started filming this. He sees a long lost family member and thinks, oh, let me record this. This should be recorded rather than just have this one-on-one person-to-person interaction. Let me record it so maybe I can put it on my stream later. What a shocker. You don't have super fulfilling relationships with your family.
My sister saw that. Let me look at you. Oh my goodness. You here by yourself? He here? A man? You still talk to him? Right. So where you at? Where you at? What's going on? You with your boyfriend or something? You moved by yourself? Why? Something bad happened?
No, nothing bad happened.
Lying. Are you married now? What's that?
No, that's my classmate.
Okay, you in college? You got a good job?
Notice Dcigs over and over asking all the questions here. And for the most part, she's just saying yes or no. Not really all that engaged in this conversation, it doesn't seem like.
Nothing bad happened.
Lying. Are you married now? What's that?
No, that's my classmate.
Okay, you in college? You got a good job? You got a job though, right? Okay.
How's Lena?
I don't talk to her no more either. She in jail, out of jail, homeless. Yeah.
So she asked some question there. It's hard to hear what she's saying, but it sounds like she's asked, you talk to so-and-so anymore? And he said, no, she's in and out of jail.
You look good, Sade. I miss you so much. Everybody been wondering about you, if you're okay and everything. Can I get your number?
I can get yours.
Okay. She didn't give me her number.
What are you doing?
I do comedy. I do stand-up occasionally. I haven't done it in a while. I still do my YouTube, praise the Lord.
Yeah.
Been doing it 19 years.
Wow.
When he said 19 years to his long-lost sister here, I lost it. He can't help himself. This is the first time he's seen this person in years. His own family member. And he still feels the need to tell them about the 19 years. It's unbelievable. It's such a badge of honor to him that he can't stop himself from bringing it up every stream. And apparently, every conversation he has, he feels the need to bring it up. It's like you haven't talked to this person in years, and you still feel the need to fit in the 19 years to this conversation.
I do comedy. I do stand-up occasionally. I haven't done it in a while. I still do my YouTube, praise the Lord.
Yeah.
Been doing it 19 years.
Wow, that's good. That's good.
You look good. You look smart, intelligent. Oh, I'm so happy to see you, Sade. I just had a dream about you 2 nights ago. She never said I missed you too. Look at her hair. That's African type of hair. No offense. This is what it is. Like that haircut. Like she don't got a cell phone. Look at her hair. She quick with the answer. She wasn't happy to see me. She ain't say I missed you, I love you, nothing. 832, please text.
Yeah, good call out there on Dcigs' part. She's not reciprocating any of that energy at all. None of the specifics that Dcigs is saying, and she does not seem to care nearly as much as Dcigs. She just seems kind of disinterested. Like, yeah, she did do the phone number, but that's about the most he got out of her. And seems like maybe she doesn't have a cell phone. Maybe that was a tactic to not actually share contact information, but at least exchange a phone number one way.
I miss you, I love you, okay?
Okay.
I miss you, I love you. Okay. That's what she said.
Ah, like no wonder when he watched it back, he thought, wow, yeah, you know what? That didn't go as well as it felt the first time around. Because that is crazy to say, I miss you, I love you. and they just say okay back to you. Oof. I mean, that's a dagger to the heart. They're not returning the energy at all there. It's kind of brutal. And the whole conversation was kind of like that. Obviously, that was the worst of it, probably. The fact that he says, I missed you, I love you, and she just says, okay. I mean, I would be sad about that. I would be sad about that too. I'm not surprised D6 feels that way, but I wouldn't be sharing it with the live stream.
Imagine that. I miss you and I love you. Okay. 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 I was so excited I seen her that I didn't do correct analysis. Because I ain't seen Sade in 16 years. So I was happy I seen her. So I didn't do correct analysis. What's up, loyalty, L-Dub? Probably going out for cornrows. No. I don't think your sister is okay. That man is doing something with her. My stepfather. Uncle Brian think that my stepfather sold Sade to like his cousin to get a green card or something. Was Sharon really brainwashed, or did she just realize she would never be Irma's favorite child and that her father never married Irma? She was brainwashed. What's that, LA Iverson? You just like flexing your historian brain, Jay Reed. That's all you like doing with your smart ass. Sade looks German. Do you think she doesn't have a phone? Yeah, right, SoundCloud, because Uncle Brian is the one that kept saying it. When I showed Uncle Brian, something's off, right, Yale? When I showed Uncle Brian yesterday at his house, he was like, Sade don't even have a phone? I said, right? Like, he was like, why would she say, let me write your number down? Why would, if she had a phone, she'll bring her phone and, like, you know what I'm saying?
I do think that's the answer that makes the most sense, is that she doesn't have a phone. But it could be that she didn't want to give D6 her number. Like, that's a pretty pessimistic view, and I think it is more likely that she just doesn't have a phone. But I don't know. I'm not 100% convinced of that.
So they don't got a cell phone? I said, yeah, that's a good point, Uncle. Yeah, you're right. And I'm trying to tell Uncle Brian this is terrible. That stepfather probably messing with her. And you know what Uncle Brian gonna tell me? Not really. Well, hey, look, she got somewhere to stay, right? She look like she's on drugs, right? Well, and it's not her real father, right? I'm saying, Uncle Brian, like, what the fuck are you talking about? This is fucking terrible. He could be having sexual relations with her. She a grown woman. She almost 40 years old. She's a little bit slow, Uncle. She knew the man since she was.
So again, this is why it's so weird that he shares so much of this on live stream. So he thinks that his sister is potentially being like molested by her stepfather. And he's sharing that with the stream. I can understand if he just said, "Oh, I ran into my sister I hadn't seen for years yesterday at the grocery store," and more or less left it at that. But he goes so far past that point and starts talking about how he and his uncle talking about how they think maybe she's being molested by her stepfather and brainwashed. And then D6's uncle is like, "Oh, well, she has a roof over her head, though, right?" So he's even weirder about this, but just bizarre. Really, truly bizarre that this is content to him.
4 years old, 5 years old. That's Stockholm Syndrome. Uncle Brian, let me tell you something. Uncle Brian always been, I'm sorry to say this, a mad stepfather defender. When we got taken out the home for Ahmed and my stepmom beating us and touching us in the shower and shit, Uncle Brian was on their side, nigga. Uncle Brian was like, it's cool. that a man whoop y'all ass. Y'all needed discipline. Uncle Brian always been on their side. That's the
Uncle Brian's old fashioned. Like, yeah, kids need a little bit of beating.
reason my stepfather never got brought up on charges, because Uncle Brian told my oldest sister, not the sister you seen in the video, the oldest sister, Elena, he told her, why would you let Sade and DeAndre go through this trial against your stepfather and your mother? You shouldn't let them go through the trial. And made my oldest sister, Elena, withdrew her complaint against my mom and stepfather. Uncle Brian always been on their fucking side. Always. Because Uncle
Like,
Brian,
so it was, he might get into more of the specifics, but DeAndre, Dcigs, and his sister were saying that the mother and the stepdad were abusing them, and I'm pretty sure I have a little bit of him being more specific, so I'll leave it at that for now. But that's what he's saying, is that he and his sister were like pressing charges, or at least looking into pressing charges, and Uncle Brian made her drop the charges. Probably not made her, but talked her into it, convinced her somehow.
and my mom had a close connection. Uncle Brian and my mom, they had a close connection. So my mom was loyal to stepfather. So Uncle Brian wanted to be loyal to stepfather and my mother too. Till this day, me and Uncle Brian had an argument yesterday about this shit. I said, Uncle Brian, this shit is not right. Like, this shit not. Uncle Brian, she a grown woman, first of all. Second of all, she's not on drugs. Third of all, she don't look bad. I said, Uncle Brian, she's slow. You don't know what my stepfather may be doing to her. He probably sold her off. This is Uncle Brian. He probably sold her off. He probably got his cousin to come marry her. And then as the day went on, see, Uncle Brian was all big and bad at first. But as the day went on, Uncle Brian was like, I hope Sade's okay. I wonder if Sade. So Uncle Brian, don't. At first, Uncle Brian was like, oh, at least she's not on drugs. At least she don't look bad. Then as the day went on, and I kept saying how things didn't look right. As the day went on, Uncle Brian, I hope Sade okay. Nigga, don't say that then. Don't say it's okay that she may have married or did something with our stepfather. Don't say that shit, Uncle Brian. Like, goddamn, what the fuck? But Uncle Brian said, grandma, my grandma, Uncle Brian's mom, she treated you differently than she treated us. She used to beat our ass with belts and all types of shit. And then Uncle Brian would show me wounds that my grandmother gave him when he was a baby or a child.
Those are some crazy beatings that, as an adult, old enough to be Dcig's uncle, you still have visible marks from them. That's crazy.
She used to whoop our ass. Only when you came, she didn't whoop your ass. I said, yeah, and Grandma did the right thing. No, she didn't, DeAndre. I said, yes.
Yeah, Uncle Brian is very old-fashioned. He's like, yeah, you're lucky, Grandma, my mom, didn't beat you guys the way that she beat us. Or that's what you would think. That's what you would think, he would say. But no, he's saying she should have beat the grandchildren. I slipped up there because it seemed it's so insane that somebody would say, oh, it's too bad Grandma didn't beat you guys up a little bit more. That's how Uncle Brian feels about it. The grandchildren didn't get enough beatings from Grandma.
She did, because now I'm different than all of y'all. And I try to help people. I try to do the right thing for people. because how grandma raised me, Uncle. Look, you were raised by grandma. You went to the military, and you don't want to help nobody. But Uncle Brian said, you know the difference between me and you? When I see someone with mental illness or I see someone that looks weird, I don't talk to them. You go up to them. How you doing? You're hugging them. You're talking to them. You're giving them your money. I'm not doing that shit. I'm not talking to no crazy motherfucker. I'm not going to have a conversation with no crazy motherfucker. You do that shit because you try to help these people. I said, that's what you're supposed to do, Uncle. That's what you're supposed to do. He didn't agree with me.
Uncle Brian. It's like, yeah, Dcigs, you try to help the crackheads on the sidewalk too often. You gotta stop doing that. Dcigs like, no, I'm doing the right thing. In the video where he goes to the gas station and he runs into the woman who accused him of SA, I think it was. She accused him of SA at the comedy club, and they get in their car and drive away, and he starts running after them on foot. And he's like out of breath. Once the car got away, he's completely out of breath. And he starts talking to some homeless guy. And I think he gives him like $5 or whatever. So, if Uncle Brian is saying this, and I've seen a little bit of that, I'm willing to believe on some level, maybe Dcigs helps people, crazy people in the streets. I don't know if he does it too much. I don't have a ton of data to go off of that. And I don't know how meaningful the help is. And I would also say, don't you think maybe you should work on having your familial relationships be stronger before you're trying to help out all these homeless people and stuff? I don't know, like, it's not bad that he does that, but it seems an odd focus.
He didn't agree with me. But I always loved my uncle. Uncle made me a good breakfast yesterday, too. He made me eggs, bacon, tea. Every Sunday, he
Shout outs for having tea, all right? Bunch of coffee drinkers here in America, but I usually have a cup of tea every day. So look at that. Some common ground, Dcigs.
makes breakfast. So I go over there. And he fixed my car yesterday, too. And I had a long conversation with my cousin Lee. Oh, y'all, guess what? Me and Stevens already smoked it. But guess who was smoking weed in the house? And Uncle Brian called him Lee. And Uncle Brian took that doobie and gave it to me. Me and Stevens smoked that shit today. We was upset about this $600 getting taken out the bank account. I said, nigga, let's light
The $600. It does seem like he's actually telling the truth about the $600, because like I said, I'll do a segment about it, whether or not this gets a bunch of likes, but in a week or so, probably I'll do it. And he shares a video of him going up to the bank, and of course, he's recording the bank tellers and the interaction of him trying to sort this out. I mean, he feels the need to record so many of his social interactions. It's very strange. I don't know if he's just so used to being on stream all the time, he feels like everything he does needs to be videotaped in some way. Very, very strange. I guess he uses it to make content, but again, I don't think he needs to be sharing all of this personal information.
this shit up. Me and me and Stevens smoked it. I said, Lee, you smoking that green? Who told you to smoke that green? You only 16 years old.
But that's the thing, you don't have to tell 16-year-olds to smoke green. Right? They just want to do it.
It ain't that bad gonna be like that. Nah, it ain't gonna be like that way, Scott. Nice photo. It ain't gonna be like that. Uncle Brian just is fucking wrong. He's not. He just ignorant. She has enough freedom to be going to the store, buying everything for the house like a woman should do. That's what he thinks, sauerkraut, my stepfather. That's kind of fucked up for him, not gonna lie. What is? Explain. Uncle Brian's correct. What he's correct with? Granny was putting belt to ass. Funk, skunk. Oh shit, I ain't seen you in a long time. How you doing? Get your fat ass on that goddamn bike and keep working out, you piece of fucking shit. You lose that goddamn weight so you can get up in that punani, nigga.
Right. Would that not bother you to hear this guy telling you to get on the bike and drop a couple pounds? That would bother me.
Lee is bad. Lee real bad. But me and Lee had a good long conversation. Uncle Brian was teaching her how to fix cars and shit. She's the only one in Uncle Brian's house that talks to me. Uncle Brian's wife barely talks to me. Uncle Brian's youngest child, me, barely talks to me. Uncle Brian's stepdaughter, Deja, who's 26, barely talks to me. Lee barely talks too, but she talks more than all of them. Cause she
So again, all these family members, he feels the need to come on stream and say, yeah, these people barely talk to me. We're supposed to be family, but they barely talk to me at all. All right, well, is this the very first time you talked about them on stream? I wouldn't think so. All right, just based off of what I've seen, I would not think this is the first time you ever talked about them on stream. And if that's the case, well, I'd understand why they don't want to say much to you, because they don't know what's going to end up on stream.
remember ever since she was a baby, me and Grandma used to take care of her. So she remember that shit. So that's why she the only one out of everybody in the house that talks to me. And when I first got there, everybody went to the room except Uncle Brian. And Uncle Brian knocked on Lee's door and said, "You ain't gonna go talk to DeAndre?" And I said, "No, she's not." So I just sat there and eat breakfast by myself and shit. And then later on, she came out there. I said, "Lee, you ain't gotta come out here." But she came out there because she knew I was out there by myself. She's a nice young lady. She's nice. She about to be 17 in February. That's why I told Uncle Brian, I said, "Uncle Brian, she about to be an adult. You can try to stop her from smoking and all that shit. It ain't gonna work, nigga." I said, "Uncle Brian, remember, you used to smoke weed with my older sister, Elena. When my older sister, Elena, was motherfucking what? 15, 16. Remember, Uncle Brian?"
So Uncle Brian is very old-fashioned, except for when it comes to weed. When it comes to weed, he's a progressive.
I said this in front of Uncle Brian and Lee when she was out there trying to fix the car. And Uncle Brian looking like, yeah, da. Yeah, remember Uncle Brian? Remember you and my oldest sister used to go outside and smoke weed? Remember that? But it's different now. Y'all be changing the chemicals and shit. That's Uncle Brian. It's different now. You can't get mad at Lee then. You can get mad at her. Uncle Brian don't tell that girl about her family lineage, her history. Lee didn't even know about Uncle Kevin nasty ass until now. Yesterday. I told Lee about Uncle Kevin. Because Lee was like, I know Uncle Kevin's your brother. But why he got locked up? What happened? He had sex with a 15-year-old? I said, you think that's what happened?
I was trying to remember what it was, Uncle Kevin. I'm pretty sure I've heard him talk about it. And I was thinking it was something along those lines, but he's laughing at it, so I must be wrong about that.
I said, Uncle, why you ain't tell this girl what's going on?
Or wait, I feel like it was something like that. Was it not just some random 15-year-old, though? Was it another family member situation? I can't remember. Shoot.
I said, you think that's what happened? I said, Uncle, why you ain't tell this girl what's going on? I don't like secrets. I said, Uncle, why you ain't tell that girl? And I told her, your both views about what's right, Patron. 105 people this late is awesome and base. Well, I wish I could get my goddamn, damn, I ain't got a donation in an hour? I'm supposed to be up off this bitch. I wish I could get the motherfucking $600 that these motherfuckers stole up my account. Shit.
He's complaining about no donation in an hour, but I think let's see if it'll show up here. Oh no, it's still. Or wait, no, I can show it. I think if I do that. No, I still can't see it. But I think at the beginning of the stream, he had a goal at like $800 or something like that. Now he's down to 600. I think he made a couple $100 this stream, but he went an hour without a donation. So now he's got a bag. Now he's got to make the chat feel bad.
I know nobody donated in an hour. Y'all know that?
No, I don't think people keep track of that the way you do, Dcigs.
He can't stop it now. It's too late, right, Galvin? Me and Super Show did smoke that doobie, though. Who stole from you? I think it's the mailman or somebody, a secret agent at the motherfucking bank. What type of Pop Tart are you eating, TT? You're like a big brother to Lee. At least she talks to me. She talked to me a lot yesterday. It was nice. I liked it. I liked it a lot. You know they don't talk to me over there. Uncle Brian is the only one that talks to me at his house. His wife talks cordially. Me, the youngest, don't talk to me at all. Deja, the stepdaughter, don't talk to me at all. Occasionally she'll say hi or bye. That's it. Lee, she'll talk to me a little bit.
Yeah, well, maybe Lee doesn't know that you share all of your interactions on live stream yet. Give her some time to learn about that, and maybe she won't talk to you as much.
And she a sweet young lady. Her hair ain't that bad. Well, I'm not saying her hair is bad. I'm saying her hair is done like an African person hair. I might be back in a little bit. Merry Christmas. I love you, Natalie. I love your voice. The saddest thing in Sade is she probably likes what a man may be doing. And at the end of the day, it's hard for me to feel sorry for her because she chose to leave Irma and move back with a man. She chose that because they treated her nicer than they treated us. She was their favorite. She was lighter complected and she did what they told her to do. Me and my oldest sister was the only ones that fought back.
I think that there he's explaining why he and his sister, his older sister, looked into at least pressing charges against their parents, but then his younger sister that we just saw on the video, she kind of just followed the rules and played nice and stayed around with the stepdad. Oh, there we go. Finishing off on the cigarette. Classic D6 style. But yeah, Anyway, I thought it was very entertaining. I love hearing Dcigs talk about how terrible his familial relationships are, with seemingly zero self-awareness that what he's doing in that very moment is actively harming his relationships. Even if they don't watch every live stream and tune in, right? They have to have an idea, at least at this point in time, that that's what he does. Even though he privates all of his streams as soon as he's done streaming, these people have to know, right? They hear back on some level. I don't know if it's from Cephas or who tells them, but there's no way that they don't know that he's talking about them on stream all the time. And it would bother me so much. I help somebody fix their car for them, and again, it seemed like Uncle Brian did it for free. Maybe not. I could be wrong about that. But Uncle Brian helps him fix his car, and then he's on stream complaining that it took too long, even though it took less than a day. That would drive me absolutely nuts. But anyway, wrap it up there. And again, I will do another segment on Dcigs within a week if you run the likes up on here. But otherwise, I'll do it next week on explaining how he lost the $600 and lots of whining and complaining about what a terrible place he's in. And you saw a little bit about how he's the most unfortunate person in the world except for the mentally handicapped and disabled people.